Could LeBron James' next contract create a problem no other NBA team has to deal with? Just as the Lakers prepare for a pivotal offseason, concerns are beginning to emerge around the franchise's future. JJ Redick has exceeded expectations in Los Angeles, but could trouble be brewing behind the scenes? And in a surprising twist, the Lakers are being linked with Thunder defensive star Lu Dort. But would Oklahoma City really consider making that move? Subscribe to SkyHook Report and stay with us until the end for the full story.
What if the most iconic player of this basketball generation is forced to walk away from the purple and gold, not because he has lost his competitive fire, but simply because the modern NBA salary cap demands it? We are standing on the edge of a massive offseason earthquake in Los Angeles. LeBron James, at 41 years old and entering an unprecedented 24th season in the association, remains an amazingly effective player. For over 2 decades, LeBron has been a max contract player, commanding the absolute highest dollar amount available in the league. But the landscape of this Los Angeles roster has fundamentally changed, creating a before and after scenario that is sending shockwaves through the front office. Before, the Lakers could afford to just hand LeBron a blank check and figure out the rest of the rotation later. Now, this is a team undergoing a massive transition under head coach JJ Redick, attempting to pivot the franchise cornerstone duties to a 27-year-old Luka Doncic. The financial reality of the new collective bargaining agreement is closing in fast. The Lakers are staring down a brutal luxury tax and salary cap nightmare because they currently have Doncic making $54.1 million and LeBron pulling in $52.6 million on his expiring deal. To make matters even more complicated, Austin Reaves, who is logging heavy minutes at 34.5 per game, is hitting free agency and is looking for a massive contract extension of his own. You simply cannot keep 3 guys demanding massive money while simultaneously trying to build a championship contender in the loaded Western Conference. This sets the stage for what could be the most awkward negotiation in Lakers history. The front office knows that technically, under the league rules, they could offer LeBron James a staggering 3-year, $182 million maximum contract to stay. However, absolutely nobody around the league expects Rob Pelinka and the Lakers brass to offer anything remotely close to that figure. This creates a massive conflict built entirely around respect. According to NBA insider Sam Amick, the Lakers have a history of what some perceive as disrespecting James, and they absolutely have to hit a larger financial number than rival teams to avoid leaving him feeling lowballed. Amick believes that the door is currently wide open for rival front offices to swoop in and steal the 4-time champion if the Lakers mishandle this delicate situation.
So what are the actual options on the table? If LeBron were to look elsewhere, there are scenarios where he might join the Dallas Mavericks for a single season to mentor young phenom Cooper Flagg, or potentially join Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs for similar veteran mentorship reasons. We also have to look at the Golden State Warriors, who are looming as a threat but are severely restricted by the salary cap. The Warriors can only offer James the $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Therefore, the magic number for the Lakers to retain their superstar seems to sit somewhere in the $20 to $30 million range. Offering that amount easily beats the Golden State Warriors' proposal, while crucially leaving Los Angeles with enough flexibility to address other glaring weaknesses on the roster. But asking a player who has spent his entire adult life being paid like a top-tier superstar to take a massive pay cut is a tremendous risk. The reality is that there are no actual title contenders out there capable of offering LeBron anything close to a max contract while still providing a realistic chance at capturing his elusive 5th championship ring. Whatever financial package the Lakers ultimately put together will still likely beat every other serious contender in the mix. From an analytical standpoint, this entire situation is a delicate tightrope walk of risk versus reward. If LeBron accepts a team-friendly deal in the $20 to $30 million range, it dramatically shifts the championship window wide open for Los Angeles. It allows Rob Pelinka to fill out the rotation, retain Austin Reaves, and find the essential two-way players needed for a deep playoff push. But if James feels slighted by a lowball offer, the Lakers risk losing their veteran presence and primary locker room leader for nothing in free agency. Ultimately, the front office must present an offer in good faith that maximizes their salary cap flexibility while validating his legendary status. Are the Lakers bold enough to ask the King to take a massive discount to keep this championship dream alive, or will the disrespect drive him out of Hollywood for good?
Could the most successful coaching transition in Lakers history be on the verge of collapsing under the weight of unrealistic expectations and an aging roster? When Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles front office hired former Duke star JJ Redick, a massive chorus of critics predicted utter failure. Pundits argued he lacked experience and believed the franchise should have backed up the Brinks truck for established names like Dan Hurley, Sam Cassell, or Kenny Atkinson. Instead, Redick took the helm and silenced the doubters by guiding the Lakers to a 50-win campaign in his rookie season, followed by an even more impressive 53-win season this past year. In both of those campaigns, he secured a first-place finish in the highly competitive Pacific Division, pushing his career coaching record to a stellar 164-103. But the honeymoon phase in Hollywood is officially over, and the dark clouds are gathering over the Crypto.com arena. The reality is that Redick is steering a ship through an incredibly difficult, long, and slow transition period. The team is currently built around a 41-year-old LeBron James, who, despite remaining highly effective in putting in tremendous work to maintain his physical presence, simply doesn't impact the defensive end of the floor like he used to, losing some of the sheer fear factor he once commanded. Ideally, the front office wants to hand the keys of the franchise over to 27-year-old Luka Doncic. However, league insiders constantly point to Doncic's historical struggles with poor conditioning, leading to alarming whispers that the Slovenian superstar might have already reached his absolute peak. Adding to the drama, Doncic has explicitly demanded that the Lakers acquire reliable shooters and a rim-protecting center to maximize his. Following Reeves, the rotation features 32-year-old Marcus Smart at 28.5 minutes, Rui Hachimura at 28.3, DeAndre Ayton at 27.2, and floor spacers like Jake LaRavia and Luke Kennard eating up the remaining wing minutes. The luxury tax math is absolutely inexorable right now. Doncic is locked into a massive $54.1 million salary, while LeBron is sitting at $52.6 million. With Reeves poised to hit the open market as a free agent seeking a lucrative contract extension, keeping all three core pieces intact is mathematically impossible without catastrophic roster sacrifices. Furthermore, the Lakers' cupboard of trade packages and draft assets is looking incredibly bare. They hold just the 25th overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft, which might net them a shooter like Duke's Isaiah Evans, or perhaps a higher upside, risky prospect like Jaden Quaintance or Koa Pete. If the front office can somehow clear cap space, perhaps through a LeBron departure or massive pay cut, they could pivot their attention to the free agency market, targeting impact big men like Detroit's Jalen Duren or a perimeter sniper like Gary Trent. From a pure basketball analysis perspective, JJ Redick has performed an absolute masterclass with the hand he was dealt, successfully managing the dual uncertainties surrounding LeBron's age and Doncic's durability. But the heavy lifting now falls squarely on the shoulders of general manager Rob Pelinka. Pelinka carries a reputation around the league for not always being entirely straightforward, which deeply complicates potential trade negotiations and free agency pitches. The Lakers have traditionally been a primary magnet for superstar talent, but finding the right positional fit in a highly restrictive salary cap environment is a completely different ballgame. If the Lakers fail to secure the shooters and the rim protector that Doncic desperately wants, we could see a stagnant offense and a frustrated superstar in the prime of his career. Pelinka's ability to navigate the draft, potentially finding a sleeper pick like Malik Brown, and execute savvy free agency moves will determine whether this team remains a true contender or slides into mediocrity. Can this front office pull off a miraculous summer retooling, or is the JJ Redick era about to hit a devastating brick wall?
What if the exact trade piece the Los Angeles Lakers need to win an NBA championship is currently being held hostage by their biggest rival in the Western Conference? The Los Angeles Lakers are aggressively hunting for the missing pieces to complete their championship puzzle. After tying the eventual champion New York Knicks for the sixth-best regular season record in the NBA with 53 wins, the Lakers proved they are a legitimate force.
When Luka Doncic was completely healthy, this roster operated at a blistering 55-win pace, showing flashes of absolute dominance. However, the playoff run ended in a devastating second-round sweep at the hands of the Oklahoma City Thunder, a series where Los Angeles was crucially missing Doncic due to injury. Now the front office knows exactly what they need to bridge the gap between being a good playoff team and raising another banner. A stout, on-ball defender who can lock down the perimeter and knock down open shots. The Lakers are reportedly two crucial pieces away from serious title contention, a rim-protecting center and an elite 3-and-D win to flank Luka Doncic. Doncic himself has made it crystal clear that he wants a high-level two-way player to help shoulder the defensive load. Los Angeles has targeted Oklahoma City's defensive maestro, Luguentz Dort, and they have already made the call to Thunder executive Sam Presti to gauge his availability. But here is where the massive conflict arises. The Thunder are attempting to build a long-term dynasty and view the Lakers as an immense threat in the West. Why on earth would Oklahoma City voluntarily gift one of the premier perimeter defenders in the association to the exact team they expect to battle in the playoffs every single spring? Oklahoma City is currently facing a massive financial crunch of their own. The Thunder need to frantically trim $28.5 million from their books to avoid the dreaded second apron penalties and free up valuable roster spots for incoming draft picks. Part of that financial maneuvering involves Luguentz Dort, whose $27.7 million team option is fully expected to be picked up by the franchise. Dort is exactly the prototype of player the Lakers desperately crave. He's a 6'4" physical enforcer who earned first-team All-Defense honors in 2025 and shoots a highly respectable 35.8% from beyond the three-point arc for his career.
Playing alongside a generational playmaker like Doncic would likely elevate Dort's shooting percentages even higher. Because OKC is absolutely not letting Dort walk away for nothing in free agency, any transaction would require a trade package centered around draft capital, since the Thunder's primary goal is to shed salary. Furthermore, the Thunder essentially view Dort as an expendable asset because they have young guard Cason Wallace fully prepared to step into the starting rotation. When you break down the risk versus reward on this potential blockbuster, it becomes a fascinating game of front office chess. For the Los Angeles Lakers, acquiring Luguentz Dort would be an absolute home run. It instantly solves their point-of-attack defensive woes, provides the exact spacing Luka Doncic thrives with, and dramatically strengthens their perimeter rotation against elite Western Conference guards. However, from the perspective of Sam Presti and the Thunder, completing this deal borders on front office malpractice. You simply cannot help one of your primary rivals level up. We saw what a healthy Doncic did when he historically torched the Thunder while playing for the Mavericks in the 2024 playoffs, acting as the undisputed best player on the floor during that upset. Giving the purple and gold the ultimate defensive weapon to slow down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could lead to absolute disaster for OKC's championship aspirations. Presti needs to maximize Dort's trade value, but he must ship him to the Eastern Conference or a non-contender. Will Rob Pelinka somehow convince the Thunder to make the ultimate mistake, or will the Lakers be forced to look elsewhere for their defensive anchor?